Hey guys, what's up? My name is Bri and welcome to my channel. So if you are new here, hello, my name is Bri, nice to meet you. Basically a little bit about me. I am an now Orlando based performer. I specialize in the family entertainment industry, but I've been previously based in the New York tri-state area, and I've since moved down to Orlando to fully pursue family entertainment, and I kind of make videos about my life as an actor, stuff like that. But basically today's video is gonna be just a little sit down and chat type of video. I've got some feelings I want to kind of talk about, talk through. So if you kind of have the same feelings as me or some differing opinions and you want to leave a comment down below, please do. I'd love to hear some opinions. I'm gonna just kind of talk through the stuff I'm going to talk about today. So basically, a lot has happened in the past week here in Orlando. So about a week ago, a lot of cast members from Disney got the dreaded email that they were one of the 28,000 cast members being laid off at the end of this year due to the coronavirus pandemic. Obviously, that's not easy for anyone to have to go through, especially in such a generic email to be laid off by. Now, let me start this out. I am not currently a Disney cast member. I was previously employed by Disney, which I will go into in a little bit, but I'm kind of here to give some of my opinions on the layoffs, what I think this means for entertainment for Disney in the future, what this means for me as an actor trying to get back with Disney and break into the entertainment industry here in Orlando, and kind of just talk through some feelings. So to put into perspective, yes, I was employed by Disney at one point. I was employed by them for a limited engagement special events contract in New York City. So I did not work at the Disney parks, but I was employed by Walt Disney Entertainment and was cast as a performer for a special event they were doing in New York City for about 5 weeks. Got some really great training. I got to do a job I've always dreamed about doing and performing, and got to create a lot of magic for a lot of families during the holiday season in such a beautiful location in New York City, and I absolutely loved it. It absolutely changed my life. It helped me solidify a decision to just completely uproot my life, move all the way across the country, and start a new life for me down here for something that I think I'm actually the perfect fit for and could make a long-lasting career doing. So that was my work with Disney. Again, it was only 5 weeks long or 6 weeks long, but I made a lot of really great connections during those times, and gave me the confidence and the reassurance that working for Disney was something I was able to do and could do in the future for a lot longer and do in the park. So I kind of moved down right after that contract and immediately started auditioning all over Orlando. Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, you name it, I was there. And things were going really well. Audition wise, I felt really confident that I would have a job secured by the summer, and then Corona happened. So, you know, everyone was furloughed, everyone was laid off. I wasn't working for Disney at the time, but Disney has always been a really big goal of mine, just because I think they have the most potential and the most opportunities for performers in Central Florida. Obviously, there's plenty of places to work, and a lot of people in Orlando work at multiple parks and multiple jobs just because that's something that people do here, and you have the opportunity to do so. So I want to make very clear, I did not move down here just for Disney, because as much as I love Disney, Disney is not like a personality trait of mine. I love them and I love their brand and I love the work ethic all their cast members put in, but it's just one type of goal in my mind. But I just think Disney has the most opportunities for performers, and there's the most potential to work full-time as a performer with Disney, which you can't always do with other parks, because in other parks they don't have the type of numbers of guests coming to their parks year-round, so they don't have as many opportunities for entertainment year-round. Theirs is maybe more seasonal, where Disney is all year round, all day, every day. There was always entertainment opportunities available and going on. So backing up to entertainment getting the dreaded email that they were being laid off at the end of this year, which is extremely sad. It's for non-union performers. So I don't know exact numbers of how many people in that department were let go, but I do know from reading and hearing from other people that the unionized performers, which is they're unionized through the Actors Equity Association, there's about 780 performers that are under unionized contracts at Disney, and they let go 720 of them. So a crazy number. Only 60 of them left, which is basically the 60 that are doing the equity shows that have been brought back to Disney, which is the Frozen Sing-Along Show, the Dapper Dans, the Voices of Liberty are coming back for the holiday season, like stuff like that. So it's basically like the people that have already been called back are the ones that are saved. Everyone else is kind of being let go, which sucks. It absolutely sucks, and my heart breaks for those cast members. So much of Orlando is comprised of entertainers, but also just people that work for the parks, and it's such a big tourism industry down here, and it just is really affecting everyone down here. So that being said, I'm conflicted on how I feel about the layoffs, because I try and put myself in those people's shoes. Since I'm not directly affected by this, I'm semi-affected because there's no auditions, there's no, a lot of their shows aren't going on, so it's not a lot of opportunities for people to potentially work for the company. But I think the right thing to do would be to bring those people that they laid off back once the shows would eventually be able to start back up again. As far as I know, those people that have been laid off, they have recall rights through 2021, meaning if the shows were to be able to come back sometime within that year, Disney could then simply call them back instead of having auditions again and recasting the shows, which I think is the right thing to do. I think if I was in that position, I would want to have those rights, and I would want to be the first to be called, as opposed to having to re-audition for a show I've already been doing and know I do well. You know what I mean? So I think that's the right thing to do. But on the other hand, I think of it that I wonder how many people will wait, essentially, for Disney to call, or are people actually gonna wait and try and get their jobs back and utilize those recall rights, or are people gonna kind of find something else to do in the meantime? I mean, quarantine, as we've all seen, people have been finding new hobbies, starting new businesses, finding new passions. So I really wonder if people are gonna leave the entertainment industry down here and kind of just try and start something new that's maybe a little more stable and a little more certain in these times, or if they're actually gonna wait. Because if people leave, that is gonna eventually bring a lot more spots to people like myself who are trying to still break into the industry down here and work for Disney again, or any of the other parks, and that could give us a lot of great opportunities. Whereas right now, with everyone having recall rights, if they're recalled first, that's even more of a delay for them to even have auditions again to give us the opportunity to possibly get cast and hired, if you know what I mean. Luckily, there have been some more auditions popping up, especially for the holiday season. If you saw some of my previous vlogs, I got cast with Legoland for the holiday season in their new main stage song and dance show. So that's really exciting. And a lot of the other parks have been having auditions and bringing back more entertainment, mainly because they are allowing their performers to perform with masks on, which is kind of the big issue with Disney. That Disney does not want their performers performing with masks, which I get in their perspective. It's not Disney look, it's not their brand. A lot of their copyrighted characters, the pandemic is not in their storyline, so for them to wear masks would not make any sense. I also think a lot more of their shows could be could utilize social distance procedures and different blocking and staging to allow people to have enough space to where they're more than 6 feet apart and they don't have to wear masks because of the distance, and can still put on a good quality show and not change the current shows they have that much. I think spacing it out would decrease the number of performers they could have in a singular show, but at least that would bring back some more performers, maybe not everyone, but bring back some more people and give them their jobs back, to give them the opportunity to perform and give guests more entertainment. Bringing back more entertainment would cause ride wait times to go back down, so it wouldn't feel as crowded, and would probably make Disney seem a little more safe to people that are still skeptical about it. I mean, from what I've seen and what I've experienced, Disney has been extremely safe in following the social distancing and CDC guidelines, and it's overall a great time. But the ride wait times are getting pretty long right now to wear a mask and stand out in the heat. I don't know. Yeah, it just kind of puts me in between a rock and a hard place, because at one point I want to better myself and I want to like get my foot in the door and keep moving up in the industry, but on the other hand, I understand that it's like those people that have been doing those jobs for years like deserve the right to be called back first and get their jobs back. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you all think about that. Do you kind of agree with me that like people should be called back first, and then if there's still spots available to have auditions, do you think people are even gonna wait for the entertainment industry to open back up again, or are they gonna find some new hobby to do? Or what do you think? So overall, like, do I think I'm gonna get to work for Disney again? I hope so. I really loved my time doing it and working for them in the short like month and a half I did, and at least if I don't get to ever do that type of a job again, I know that I at least did it. I did it once, so it's kind of like you can check off that box, and then, I don't know, you move on to bigger and better things and try and like, I don't know, whatever. I mean, Disney will always be there, so there's that. So at least I got to do what I did when I did it, you know what I mean? And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can head over to my Instagram. It's at bgraf100, and you can see everything you want to see there, if you want a little more detail about what I was doing with that contract. Again, my heart goes out to those 720 unionized cast members that are now being laid off, and to all the non-union performers that are also being laid off. My heart goes out to you as well. This is a really hard time for anyone, so I think the best way to get through this is just to like keep our heads up high, and just wear a mask and wash your hands, and so we can kind of get this thing over with. Hopefully by 2021 everything will be slowing down and getting better again. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, make sure you follow me on Instagram at bgraf100. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye!